Have you ever wondered what would happen if the son of the legendary crocodile hunter walked onto the set of The View and things went completely off the rails within 5 minutes? Well, according to a viral headline that exploded across social media last week, that is exactly what happened when 21-year-old Robert Irwin, wildlife conservationist, photographer, and co-host of Crikey, It's the Irwins, appeared as a guest to promote Australia Zoo's new conservation campaign. The title screaming across Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok read, Robert Irwin kicked off The View after heated clash with Joy Behar. The thumbnail showed a split screen of Robert looking shocked and Joy Behar mid-sentence with her classic raised eyebrow expression. Within hours the video racked up millions of views, comments flooded in calling Joy every name under the sun, and Team Irwin trended worldwide. People were convinced that the 81-year-old comedian had finally met her match in a polite Australian kid who just wanted to talk about saving rhinos. But here is the twist nobody saw coming. The entire incident never actually happened, not a single second of it. The clip circulating everywhere is a complete fabrication, stitched together using old footage, clever editing, and a heavy dose of artificial intelligence voice cloning. Yet millions shared it as gospel, proving once again that in 2025 seeing is no longer believing. The outrage was real. The tears from supposed fans were real, but the event itself was pure internet fiction. Let us break down exactly how this fake moment was manufactured because the technical execution is actually terrifyingly impressive. The video opens with real footage from Robert Irwin's actual appearance on The View back in April 2024 when he brought baby kangaroos and everyone cooed for 20 straight minutes. The editors kept the original studio lighting and audience reactions but swapped in entirely new audio tracks. Whenever Joy Behar opens her mouth in the fake version, her voice has been deepfaked using samples from hundreds of old episodes. She supposedly says something along the lines of Australia should just cull all the dangerous animals and be done with it. Who needs crocodiles anyway? The fake Robert then fires back with a calm but firm 10-minute lecture about biodiversity, the importance of apex predators, and how his father died doing what he loved to protect these creatures. The crowd allegedly erupts in applause. Whoopi Goldberg tries to move on, but Joy doubles down, supposedly calling Steve Irwin reckless and saying Robert is glorifying a man who got himself killed by a fish. The final straw comes when fake Robert stands up, thanks the audience, says he won't sit with people who disrespect his father's legacy, and walks off set while the audience gives him a standing ovation. Security never even appears because the walk-off was spliced from an old interview where he simply exited normally after a segment ended. Every gasp, every cheer, every tense moment of silence was added in post-production. The second paragraph of the comments section under these videos is where things get predictably ugly. You have grown adults writing paragraph-long essays about how Joy Behar is a disgusting human being who finally got put in her place by a kid half her age. There are memes of Robert riding a crocodile while lassoing Joy like a villain. Australian outlets picked up the story without fact-checking because the headline was too juicy to ignore. Major Facebook pages with millions of followers shared it with captions like "This is why America needs to respect real men." Even some blue-check conservative commentators quote-tweeted it saying Gen Z just cooked the entire liberal media in one sitting. Meanwhile, on the other side, leftist TikTok creators started stitching the video claiming it was staged by right-wing operatives to make Joy look bad. Nobody bothered to check The View's official episode archive, which clearly shows Robert's 2024 appearance was nothing but smiles and baby animals. The late-night hosts haven't even mentioned it because their researchers immediately spotted the fraud. But the algorithm doesn't reward fact-checking, it rewards raw emotion. Rage clicks pay better than clarification ever will. Why Robert Irwin of all people? That's the part that makes this feel targeted rather than random. Ever since his father died in 2006, Robert has been universally adored. He grew up on camera, stayed humble, never had a scandal, and dedicated his life to carrying on Steve's message. He is the human equivalent of a golden retriever puppy that also happens to wrestle crocodiles. Attacking him feels like kicking a national treasure, which makes him the perfect proxy for culture war rage. When the fake Joy Behar questions Steve Irwin's judgment, It isn't really about crocodiles or even joy, it's about giving people permission to scream at a fictional villain who represents everything they already hated about woke Hollywood or rude New York liberals, depending on which echo chamber you're in. The fact that Robert is young, polite, and Australian only sweetens the fantasy of him delivering a mic drop moment that millions wish they could deliver themselves to someone they disagree with on television. By day 3 the pushback finally started. Australia Zoo's official Instagram posted a simple statement: Robert has only ever had lovely experiences on The View. Please be wary of fake videos. The View's own social media team quote-tweeted one of the viral clips with the single word fake and a link to the real 2024 episode. Fact-checking sites like Snopes and Lead Stories published articles within hours, complete with side-by-side comparisons showing the manipulated audio waveforms, but debunking never travels as fast as the original lie. For every person who saw the correction, 10 more shared the original with captions like they're trying to cover it up now. Even when YouTube slapped community notes and context boxes on the videos, people in the comments just called it censorship. The video still sits at 27 million views and counting, monetized to the hilt with mid-roll ads for tactical flashlights and gold IRAs. The creator, an account with a generic American flag emoji name, has already spawned dozens of copycat channels pumping out identical content about other celebrities destroying talk show hosts. So what have we learned? That in 2025 a 21-year-old can be turned into a culture war soldier without ever leaving his couch in Queensland. That a television host can be vilified by millions for words she not only never said but would never say, given her well-documented love of animals. That the same technology that lets us restore old family photos can now manufacture nationwide outrage with a few clicks. And most importantly, that the next time you see a headline screaming that someone was kicked off or destroyed or left speechless, your very first instinct should be skepticism, not sharing. Because the moment we stop asking "did this actually happen?" and start asking "who does this make me feel superior to?" we have already lost. Robert Irwin didn't walk off The View. Joy Behar didn't insult his father. Nobody won, nobody lost, except perhaps the last remaining shreds of trust in what we see online. And until platforms figure out how to value truth over engagement, expect a lot more headlines that sound too perfect to be real, because they aren't.